Cents. This is Petal. Hope you are all well. Happy Friday. However you think of Friday. For many of us, it's like, thank God it's Friday. For others of us who work on weekends, it's like, oh, it's just another day. But welcome to Facts and Two Cents anyway. Hope you are having fun wherever you are. It is nice and bright and sunshiny outside. I cannot wait to get out. But all is well here. Hope it is well where you are. Oh my goodness, lots are happening with our faves. Hope you are, well, I kind of lots of are happening, not direct, well, kind of directly with them, especially in the sense of Harry. Meghan is all, relaxing under a tree. I think we'll see her, the next time we'll see her, I think, is on the 16th in New York, when she will be here for her award. And so I plan on being a paparazzi. And as you know, I the world's worst paparazzi ever. So I shall be there trying to take a picture. So we'll see. Hopefully I have better luck this time and that it's not raining. So that would be helpful. So anyways, hello all my friends in the chat. Hello. Welcome to my kind of impromptu podcast. I am still having computer issues. I still don't have my laptop, so I am still on my pad. So therefore, we shall all just chat, and I'll stay in the chat for most of it. We'll just go through a bunch of stuff that's happening, and then I will spend the rest of the time in the chat. So again, please pray for my computer eventually. Hopefully by next week I'll have it. Fingers crossed, maybe. Finally found someone that I will be taking it to right after I finish here to see if they can fix it and fix my keyboard. That would be really, really, really helpful because my life is on standstill until I get that. There are certain things I can't do on my pad that I need my laptop for. So prayers, all your prayers. Thank you for your prayers for my computer. That would be awesome. I love my, I don't know how you guys feel about your computer, but I just feel like, it's like one of those things like, Pello, it's been like, what? I don't know. I think my computer is like 4 years old, but I don't know. I feel like it's my baby and I can't give it up. So the thought of buying a new computer is like, I don't know. I don't want to give up my child. I don't know. I feel so attached to this computer that I'm like, the idea of giving it up is just not sitting well with me. So I don't know. Maybe I need to, pedal. I may need to just get out more and just see the world a little bit more. But anyways, what is going on in the world? Well, let me say hi to my friends in the chat first. I see my home peep Anne is here for hanging out from Trinidad and Tobago, my home country. So hello, Anne, welcome. Annie is here, and Hildy is here, and Dolores is here, and our awesome moderator Lydia is here. Hello, Lydia. And Kim Peaches is here. And thank you, Lydia, as well, reminding us if you're welcoming everyone. And please like and share and subscribe to our channel. And if you're able, please join our Two Cents Crew. Two Cents Crew support the channel on a monthly basis. Thank you so much. And also, Lydia is also reminding everyone of the incredible fundraiser. We'll get to that in a second. That is doing amazing. In a week, we've raised over $70,000 for Kaboom. And I can only imagine by the time we get to June 4th, which is a baby Lilibeth, not so much a baby anymore, by her second birthday, we will be over 100,000, I would assume. So we are doing great. I see myself in the chat. And Emerald is here. Hello, Emerald. And Paul is here. Hello, Nalo Thando is here, hanging out with us from South Africa. Hello, Nalo Thando. And Carol is here. And Coralita. And who else is here? Oh, Claudia is here. Hello, Claudia. And Mama Jane is here. Hello, Mama Jane. And our awesome moderator, Karen M, is here. Hello, Karen M. And Mad World. Oh, my faves are here. We're missing quite a few of our faves, but I would assume maybe they'll join us later, or maybe they're probably watching another podcast and, or one of our other sister brother podcasts, and maybe they will join us later. That is fine as well. Sylvia is here, Leslie is here, Coralita, Lola. Oh my goodness, all our faves are here. K Knight is here. Hello, K Knight. So, oh wait, did I say Lola Love? Yeah, you got Lola Love, just in case I missed you. There you go. So Mad World says, Pedal, I'm ready to upgrade my laptop. I had it repaired a couple of years ago, and now it started to give me problems again. Oh, so sorry. So sorry, Mad World. Well, my thing is my computer never really gave me problems. Not anything per se that's really other than when it ran out of space, and then I figured out how to clear out the space, and then it's been working fine. It's just my problem was that, I was told I could take it to one of those computer places and have them replace my battery. And I wanted to do it myself. So I did it myself. And all of a sudden, I can't figure out why the keyboard isn't working. So it's just like, oh. So what should have been a $40 problem would most likely end up costing me over $100. So, it is what it is, right? So, anyways, let's see. Paul says, I bet once Piers Morgan goes down, Angela Levin, Dan Wooten would be scared to say anything against Harry and Meghan, or so Harry won't take them down. They will have to watch what they say. It's so funny because I wish I had what I'll do actually, I realize what I can do is post my notes in the community page or something so that you guys can see it, at least the screenshots. But someone had, and let me see who it is that posted it, a screenshot of just about all the UK publications, like their front pages, and there was not one royal story on their front pages. And so actually, I guess I didn't bring in who it is, the person that posted. Oh, sorry, who it is that posted. But they posted, they brought in like all these different front pages from the Daily Mail, the Times, the Mirror, the Star, Financial Times, Daily Record, the Telegraph, all of these places, Independent, all of them. And not one of them have Harry and Meghan anything on there, or the royal anything on there. And so their thought or their thinking is that this court case is spooking a lot of them. They want to stay away from it, because if they talk about Harry and Meghan, they're going to have to bring up the court case. And a lot of them don't want to bring up the court case because they actually don't want to be talking about hacking and blogging, which a lot of them are engaged in. And so they don't want to have to deal with it. And because Prince Harry is there, if they talk about Prince Harry, then that's the thing that's going to be, if they post anything about it, their whole, their comments will be full of the court case. They don't want to deal with it. So they're kind of staying away from it unless there's some kind of real juicy evidence comes out. The majority of them are staying away from royals. And so never mind, whatever Kate and William and others are doing. I haven't paid attention to them in the last couple of days as to what they're doing. But they're definitely not getting, they definitely haven't gotten, at least not today, any front page coverage or anything. So that's interesting. That's good to see it. At least if that's the case, it's good to see that, maybe the trial is having an effect to temper and to, the narrative and to calm it down. So hopefully, all our prayers for Harry that, he's able to win this. That would be amazing, But before we even get to the court case, again, thank you, Lydia, for posting. for posting about the Kaboom fundraiser. And we are over 72,000. It's at least when I got it earlier today, it was 72,122 $122 for Kaboom to build play spaces in the US, you know, especially those areas where there's been tragedy. And, you know, the idea is for kids to be able to have a place to be kids. And what better way to help kids is to give them a space where they can go and just be a kid and run around and play and be crazy and do whatever it is kids do in playgrounds, you know, and just being a kid. So it's wonderful to see. So thank you to all squaddies and those who are not even squaddies who have been donating. And so yeah, we are at 70, and this is what, a week. We're at $72,122 for Kaboom. Again, the goal was 20,000. People need to know to not set the squad a goal of 20,000 anymore. That's a little bit much. I mean, that's a little bit. So like we, you know, again, we blew that out in less than a day. So absolutely wonderful. Oh, did I say Robert? Robert, hello. Robert is joining us at 1800 from Rome. Hello, Robert. Happy to have you here. And Kenitha and April, May, and K-Night. Welcome, guys. I'm happy to have you all here. So another thing that's happening is since J.R. Maringer, and I hope you guys had a chance to read the incredible article from J.R. Maringer, who he is the ghostwriter for Prince Harry's Spare, and he wrote this incredible article about the process, his process of working with Harry, and also other books that he ghostwrited, like with Andre Agassi and stuff like that, and even his own book, The Tender Bar, which I have to read, by the way. I heard it's fantastic, and that's his own story. So ever since he wrote this article, it's Spare has gone back to #1, and so it'll be interesting to see if it goes back to #1 in the New York Times. It went back to #1 on Amazon, the Audible version, and so it'll be interesting to see if it's jumped back over, because that is you know, this article has brought on a whole bunch of new fans, and people are still reading this article and still finding out about it. You know, like this one girl read it. She said, "Just finished Spare by Prince Harry. I cried towards the end. What a lovely book." I don't know. She seems lovely, but she says 100% recommend. And so people are still discovering Spare. It's blowing their minds. And again, this fantastic article has definitely been helping to spread the word again about Spare. So kudos, Prince Harry is I'm sure very happy about that. And so yeah, but J.R. Maringer is an incredible writer, and so we are just discovering him, and have just discovered him for that. So I am definitely looking forward to reading his book, The Tender Bar. And I haven't gotten to read Andre Agassi's book as well, so it'll be interesting to hear his voice and how the difference in his voices with these books. So also what's going on again, the court case is going on, and one of the things that we're getting from the court case is that the Mirror Group they're most likely going to be throwing the royal family under the bus, because one of the things they did at the beginning when the court case started, and the Harry's team, they were giving their opening statement. So the defense, which is the Mirror newspapers, they are doing their opening statements today. And but one of the things that came out from that a couple of days ago was that a quote from the article in the Guardian. It says, "A newspaper group which has deployed senior staff to reinvestigate the sources of many of the decades-old stories, implied that Harry should blame his father's aides for intruding upon his privacy rather than journalists." So I'm telling you, it looks like the Mirror they're like, if you're going to take us down, we're not going to go down alone. We're going to take down your family too. So it's like, they're like, you better look at your own family, because your own family are the one who's been throwing you under the bus and been leaking stories about you. So they are ready to do that. They have already, apologized for one of the incidents that Harry is bringing to us. They already apologized to one. So now they're letting us know that the royal family is part of this. So, it'll be interesting to see what's discovered that is from the royal family, and what's from leaks, what's from phone hacking and blagging, etc. And the thing about it, there's an article that I read today that it was so true that with Harry's case, no matter if he wins or loses this case, it's a win-win for him, because the stories either came from his family or the newspapers, both of which he talked about in his book, and he's been talking about, and the reason why he wrote Spare and all of this stuff, and we had the Harry and Meghan docuseries. These are the accusations that they have made throughout, that some of those stories came from the palace, and some of that stories came from hacking and blagging. And so either way, one of those are going to be exposed. And so, so we know right away that the Mirror, they're not going to go down alone. They are going to take the royal family down with them. And yeah, another thing that we've been getting from that is that Piers Morgan is absolutely aware of it. David Sherburne, Harry's attorney, says evidence will show Piers Morgan's direct involvement, barrister claims. Moreover, Sherburne claims that the evidence will set out Morgan's direct involvement, as well as his knowledge of the matters at the heart of this trial. So no matter how Piers Morgan tries to run away, tries to deflect, tries to claim he didn't know anything about blagging, he doesn't know anything. I mean, the idea that anybody would take Piers Morgan's word that he doesn't know anything about blagging, or he never did, is ridiculous. And the idea that some people in the British press are claiming shock over this. I mean, during the Leveson trials, one of their people, I guess was he a reporter, an MP, something like that, testified at the Leveson trial that Piers Morgan sat there and explained to him how to hack a phone. Piers Morgan is on record talking about how to listen in on voicemails. He was bragging about listening on Paul McCartney's voicemail, I guess, to his ex-wife Heather Mills or whatever. So he's been on record. What is that opera girl, Charlotte Church, I think her name is. He's been on record talking to her about, how to protect her voicemail, I guess, from hacking or something like that. So the idea that anybody should be shocked, or anybody could claim that they don't know that Piers Morgan is, again, we need the hard evidence. But the idea that they should be shocked about any of this is ridiculous, because it's documented proof that Piers Morgan knows and is involved, in this hacking scheme. And so the Guardian wrote about this. It says Piers Morgan aware of phone hacking when the Mirror High Court when at the Mirror High Court hears. The scale and extent of the unlawful methods were used so frequently, they were an integral part of their modus operandi. The obvious go-to for every story, Sherburne, which is Harry and the other claimant's attorney. Journalists, desk heads, deputy editors themselves, including Piers Morgan, used and ordered the use of unlawful means, Sherburne says, including spending millions of pounds on private investigators who they use to illegally dig up information, whether it's through blagging or going through people's mails or going through people's garbage or putting listening devices, in people's homes. All of these things, they've spent millions and millions of pounds hiring these investigators to do that. And then apparently they lied to their board members, and that was also one of the case. Mirror is saying, no, that's false. We never lied to our board members, but apparently there are emails going back and forth about this. So I look forward to all the evidence that Sherborne and the other attorneys are going to present to back up their claims for both Harry and also the three other claimants in this. So it's going to be very interesting. Again, no matter what Piers Morgan does to claim that, oh, no, I didn't know. Yeah, he's going to have some splaining to do. And also, a little bit of a surprise, Omid Scobie is going to be testifying. Apparently, I didn't realize that. I knew Omid Scobie worked at tabloids, some tabloids, as a young reporter. I didn't realize that the Mirror was one of those. So yes, he says fresh evidence filed in court. It includes a claim from journalist Omid Scobie, who claimed he heard Morgan discussing the use of voicemails while doing work experience on the Mirror's entertainment desk in 2002. He recalls during one of those days in the office, the editor, Piers Morgan, came over to talk to someone about a story relating to Kylie Minogue and her boyfriend, James Gooding. Mr. Morgan asked how confident they were in the reporting and was told the information came from the voicemails. And also what Omid said, hang on, let's see. He also said, a filing in Harry's team seen by Newsweek reads a journalist student, Scobie, spent a week as a showbiz desk spent a week at the showbiz desk at the Sunday People. Another MGM title. They are also part of the group that Harry and his group is suing. So it's the Mirror and the People, and I think the People on Sunday, I think it's also called. It says he was given a list. This is Scobie saying. Scobie says he was given a list of mobile cell phone numbers and a verbal description of how to listen to voicemails, and if they were routine news gathering techniques, the filing adds. So Scobie is going to be there testifying. I'm not sure what date Scobie is going to be there. I'm assuming sometime next week. Omid is going to be one of those people testifying to the fact that Piers Morgan knew and also was part of this illegal news gathering, listening, hacking people's phones and their voicemails. And I guess Piers Morgan didn't like me tweeting about, wanting Harry to take him down. He blocked me. So I guess I joined a list of numerous squaddies that, and others that he has blocked. So I was just like, and I didn't even realize I was blocked until today. I was like, oh, I'm blocked. And that's how thin-skinned he is. This man is sitting there 24/7 dishing out and attacking people. And the moment you come at him, he is ready to block you. I mean, they cannot take, they cannot take a milli, just, one day or even a tweet. For some of the things that they have done to Meghan and to, now to, especially to Harry. And it's just like, the minute they get it, they run away and block. And it's just like, but you sit there all day attacking other people. But now when people come at you, you want to run and hide. And I mean, I'm assuming everyone has seen that video when he was doorstep the other day. And I wish other reporters will doorstep him every day to, just so that he can show that, yeah, he is running scared. He knows that, that protection that he had before seemed to be crumbling. I don't know that if the Mirror goes down, if they wouldn't just completely out him and just walk away from him. So who knows? I guess there's no real loyalty among snakes, and that's what I think of them. And one of the things that, the reason this stuff has been going on for years is that there's no real press regulation. There is no real, there is the IPSO, but the IPSO is of no value because the IPSO, the leads of the IPSO are former newspaper people. They're all newspaper editors. And so it is really ridiculous, hacking inquiry, which is I think hacking is part of Hugh Grant's, I think Hugh Grant's team, that they are also working with Harry to try to, you know, get rid of all the mess that is there, especially the tabloids, and to push for press reform. This is one of the things they said. It says complaint handler IPSO doesn't provide much comfort for claimants. In 2021, a total of 971 complaints were made to IPSO about associated newspaper titles, which is the Mail Online, the Daily Mail, and the Mail on Sunday. The Mail Online topped the list with 665 complaints, the Daily Mail 238, and the Mail on Sunday 65. For context, the Sun received the third highest complaints against the single title of 176. Of all the complaints, IPSO upheld only six. Only six. However, that doesn't mean the 968 complaints were spurious or unwanted. It simply means that the odds are heavily stacked against the complainant. IPSO ruling decides by its complaint committee, half of whom are current or former newspaper editors. The committee decides whether the word complaints about are in breach of the editor's code of conduct. And so it's ridiculous. You know, we remember when in December, when we're still waiting for that Jeremy Clarkson ruling, Lord Fox, who is the chairman of the IPSO, that same day was going for either a lunch or dinner with Rupert Murdoch. And it wasn't until reporters accosted him and it's like, why are you meeting Rupert Murdoch, that he canceled it. But they are all part of the newspaper. And so they're not going to, hold the news. They've never really held anybody accountable to anything. So there is really no, and again, if people try to, take these, people to court, take the newspaper to court, it will cost them millions of dollars and they can't afford it. So a lot of them just end up settling, and the newspaper never get to admit to anything, and they just go on their happy, merry way. And the thing about the UK, when they say that some person receives substantial amount, it's usually in the thousands, 500,000. It's like, oh, they received a huge payment, but it's only 500,000 pounds. Apparently even Williams, they said he received a huge payment out. Apparently it's only 1 million. And it's just like, real, like, when you think in terms of, say, Dominion, when they sued Fox and got $787 million, that's when you get their attention. That's why when I saw Harry was like suing for, 200,000, I was like, what? That's ridiculous. You need to go for the 100 millions. These people, they continue to do that because when you're a billionaire and you're only paying out a few 100,000, that's like pocket change. You'll just make that back with one article. You know what I mean? That's just, or a few advertising dollars. That's why they keep doing that. But the reason Fox is, Fox, I mean, they're still doing the mess, but they had to get rid of one of their top people, Tucker Carlson, because all of a sudden he has cost them almost $1 billion, and that's where you have to go. But again, in the UK, it costs people so much to bring charges against them. They end up having to settle because they just can't afford it. So people like Prince Harry and others who are not going to accept a payout, they are the rare cases. Even celebrities like Sienna Miller had to accept a payout from the Sun, and with the Sun never admitting to any wrongdoing. And so they keep doing this mess. And so it's just really sickening. Another thing that's happening is, and I'm telling you, the squad is amazing, is when during the Jubilee weekend, the Express, over 100 negative articles the Express wrote about simple fact that Harry is there and Meghan is not. So someone, and I think there was in the squad, I don't know, it seemed like a new handle to me, maybe it's not, but they started putting out, really focusing in on the Express and the hate for hire, and we call them now hate for hire reporters. And they have put we have a list of 62 reporters that have written articles They wrote over, I think it was 139 articles in 4 days. And so there we have a list of all of these reporters, all of their names. And then this person on Twitter have been finding their faces and putting their photos and tagging them as hire reporters. And so you'll see that all over Twitter. We've just been retweeting it because a lot of them like to hide behind, oh, it's just the Express and nobody knows who the reporter are, but we're now trying to make it public. These are the people. And the thing that you'll notice about them, a lot of them are very young reporters. On the job a year or two. It's like they are hiring young people and tasking them to go out to write negative articles about the Sussexes. And so it's like, you know what? We're going to expose you. And so it's really, really sick. And it's like you have no moral anything. You're a young reporter coming in, and the thing that you're going to be known for is hate for hire. It's unbelievable to me, but that's what the Express has done. And another thing that's happening, I think, hopefully we've all seen the picture of Prince William, rewarding Jason Knopf with the LVO award, lieutenant in the, whatever those Victorian order thing, and there they are grinning at the ceremony, rewarding Jason Knopf for, the fake bullying charges against Meghan, rewarding him for leaking information to the Mail on Sunday to help them to win the case against Meghan, testifying against Meghan, writing the lying testimony about Meghan. And of course, we know Meghan won that case, all with the permission of Prince William. And here is Prince William rewarding his henchman Jason Knopf in the medal ceremony or whatever that is. Unbelievable. And another thing, I'm just going to go through the different things and then I'm going to jump in the chat. Another thing that's happening is, I think this has to be, dumb headline of the year. King Charles and Prince William want distance from Prince Harry and Meghan. From the Daily Beast. I'm like, no wonder y'all are going out of business, because seriously, this is stupid. I was like, what a stupid headline. It's like dumb headline of the year. It's like, hello, there's an ocean between them. There are a continent between them. Not a continent between them, but they're on separate continents. It's just like Harry and Charles wants distance. I mean, hello. It's way back when Prince Harry did that interview in Africa. It's like their relationship is what? Space. He did the Oprah Winfrey interview. Harry said what? His relationship with William is what? Space. They're on different continents. Harry spent went to the coronation and then the minute it was over, bailed it back to California. Then you have to be really stupid to be writing this headline. I mean, and one could say, okay, they're physical space, but they could be talking to each other. Chances are no. And also immense hurt. It's like, it's so funny when reporters put their own feelings onto things like, what make you think William is hurt by any of this? What make you think Charles is hurt by anything? Especially the fact that they're the ones that have put all of this stuff out. Harry's just responding to stuff that was already in public domain. The idea that William is hurt and Charles, well, they could be hurt that Harry outed them, but all the narrative, just about all the narrative in Spare, all the narrative in Harry and Meghan documentary, or in Oprah, has already been in public domain. So none of this is surprising. I mean, there are a few things in there that was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. But the majority of stuff, especially when it has to do with stuff that, with the press and stuff that the majority of things they talk about is stuff that the palace already leaked or the newspaper, blagged or bugged their phone or voicemail to get. So was already out there. So the idea that William is like hurt and it is immense pain, nonsense. Utterly nonsense. And also, there's this moving on from that stupidity. There's this headline in The Guardian, revealed royal family has power to censor BBC coronation coverage. Another stupid headline. I mean, Yeah, hello, like, duh, we know this, The Guardian. I mean, we talked about this. I think even they wrote about it during Queen Betty's funeral. How, and we talked about it at length on this podcast about how the royal family um, edited out all those things from the Queen Betty's funeral, including George. I think George was, I think, what was he doing? Yawning, whatever it is he was doing. Prince Edward crying and wiping his tears. They wanted that out. They wanted Eugenie leaving the church, Eugenie and Beatrice leaving the church, all so many things edited out, but things that were, showing people's the family's emotions, they wanted all that edited out. So this about the royal family, controlling the BBC, that is not news to anyone. And so the same thing has happened again with the coronation, of course. And the reason why it's happened with the coronation, well, it's so funny. And I'm gonna post a link to this in the show notes. Because the funny thing is, they put the lady who is in charge, Claire Popplewell. She is the person in charge of the footage, I guess the BBC footage from the coronation. And I literally did not have to read anything about Claire. I literally just had to look at her picture and knew she was a royalist. It was like royalists have a certain look. And all I had to do was look at her picture and I could tell before I even read about her. And then so I read about her and in the same article, and this is what it says: BBC coronation coverage is being run by Claire Popplewell, who oversees royal events for the corporation. Earlier this year, she was made Commander of the Royal Victorian Order by the King in recognition of her work producing BBC coverage of his mother's Platinum Jubilee. Membership of the Royal Victorian Order is given to those who have what? Served the monarch. So if she has King Charles just presented her with this, membership in the Royal Victorian Honor for serving the monarch, it stands to reason that with editing for his coronation, she will serve the monarch. Is what happens when you have those things, when they give you those trinkets, which is why I always talk about these things with the MBBE, OBE, CBE, knighthood, Victorian order, whatever. It's for service to them, so that they can turn around when they need you to serve them, i.e., give them editing approval, that they get to say what's happening and they get to edit whatever it is you're putting out. That's what it's there for you to obey them. That's what it is for. So nobody should be surprised that Miss Popplewell is doing exactly that. And the article goes on to say this is not the first time the BBC has allowed the palace to over editing right over their royal footage. The Guardian had previously they did previously revealed how the palace vetoed particular pieces of footage from Queen Elizabeth's memorial service, banning them from reuse in news report and social media clips. And so it's like, it's ridiculous. Again, I don't know. I know that people in the UK are having to pay for BBC service. I don't know why there's not outrage about that. Why are people not outraged and be like, because you're paying for royal, especially if you're watching, anything royal, you're basically just paying for royal propaganda. That's what you're paying for. And if you sit there and wasted your time and think you're getting real life thing, is no, you're getting the edited version that the royal family wants you to see, not what's supposed to be a impartial news outlet giving you real news. And so it's just, oh goodness, the British media, the whole of it is just, I don't even know the word for it. It's like, I give up. And talking about, moving on from that, talking about the coronation, you know, after the coronation, you know, the Express, it seems like every other article with the Express is a poll, which means they need to include two people who don't even live there and moved away 3 years ago. And so, of course, you know, after the coronation, they put out a poll. Who was your favorite? And of course, you know, I'm sure they were expecting, you know, the Kate and William. And somehow everybody voted, just about everybody voted for Prince Harry. And so, you know, those royalists, especially Richard, whatever his name, Palmer, who is forever tweeting about polls, you know, of course, I mean, I haven't checked his Twitter in quite a while, but I would seriously doubt this would be on his feed because of all of it. Harry has 64% of the vote, and the nearest one after Harry was Kate with 10%. Camilla had 1%, and I think Charles had 2%. Wait, no, King Charles had 4%, and then Camilla had 1%. And even George had, like, you know, George and Charlotte had like 3%, and you know, George had less. He had 1%. And so, you know, it was very funny how with at least one poll it was completely upended, because I know this is not what they planned when they put out that poll. And you know, all those royalists, like, who love to be tweeting those polls, because you know, those rigged polls are like, oh no, Harry and Meghan are not, you know, they're not relevant and they're not popular. None of them are tweeting this poll. So anyways, very hilarious. And one other thing I got to say, oh yes, Archbishop Justin Welby, goodness, this man is such a disgrace. But beside the coronation mess that he created, or at least part of created, apparently he was fined for speeding. It's just like Archbishop Justin Welby was breaking the law. And he was fined $510 for speeding. I don't know what the speed limit was where he was speeding, but he was speeding. And not only that, um, Justin Welby, apparently for the coronation, they didn't have enough robes, or they didn't have robes for the coronation. And so the Church of England, who apparently, you know, I thought was very wealthy, they had pledged they were gonna, you know, they were gonna be giving 100 million as you know, to, because it was revealed that they were part of the slave trade and they were involved in it. And so in order to you know, pay reparations and stuff, they pledged 100 million. If I don't know if they paid the 100 million, I have to go look it up. But turns out, you know, so now they're being attacked for, oh, you paid off $100 million for reparations, now you don't have any money to buy robes for the coronation. Now my thing about this is, Justin Welby and the Church of England, the King Charles is the head of the Church of England. He's been since he's been king. He doesn't need the coronation or coronation to be the head of the church. He's been since the Queen died. And so the Church of England don't have enough money to buy 250 pounds. I think each robe, whatever that they were to use, was like 250 pounds. So, and they had to get like, I don't know, 8-10 of them, or how many of the priests that were involved in them, they all had to have it. And so they didn't have 250 pounds to get robes. And Charles, who spent 250 million of taxpayer money, didn't have money to give to Justin Welby if the church didn't have it to get the robes for his coronation. It's just incredible to me. So they didn't have the money to get the robes, and so they had to go off to the Catholic Church and borrow it from the Catholic Church. And if you know the history of the Catholic and the Church of England, they don't, I mean, it's so bad that no Catholic will ever sit on the throne. That's like a law. They have been at odds with each other for centuries, I think. And so the fact that Justin Welby had to go beg for to borrow robes from the Catholic Church, and it was very nice of the Catholic Church. They're like, oh, sure, for this wonderful occasion, we were very happy to help out the Church of England. And so maybe they bridged the gap, you know, all good for building relationships. But it was very interesting to me to read that King Charles again spent 250 to 275 million pounds of taxpayer money for his coronation, yet he is the head of the Church of England, and they don't have the money to buy robes for his coronation. Explain that to me. It is just unbelievable. And yes, it was very nice of the Catholics to be like, oh, sure, we don't mind lending it to you, but it's just, that's unbelievable to me. And it's unbelievable to me that the Church of England is so poor that they cannot afford £250 for a robe. That is, I refuse to believe that, But again, King Charles, who inherited all this money from his mother, millions of pounds, he has the duchy, millions of pounds coming in both duchies. You could not, if the Church of England did not have the money, you could not supply money for the robes when you are the head of the church. That is nonsense. So anyways, but that's it. That's all I got with the mess of what's going on in Shutter Island. And but so I'm gonna jump in the chat if you guys want to, I would love to hear your thoughts on any of those things and other things that I haven't covered. That would be amazing. And hopefully next week I have my computer back and I'll be able to show you receipts. But I will just post the link so you can go through them and see the articles for yourselves. Let's see. Mrs. S, I'm starting from all the way at the bottom. Mrs. S says, we all must remember that the Pope recently gave King Charles III a trinket. So I'm thinking that something is going on there. Maybe they're building relationship. I mean, to be fair, King Charles has been all about, embracing all faiths. Since he was, prince, he was very much into embracing, whether it's Muslim, Christian, in Hinduism, all kinds. So he's about all faiths. So maybe through him that they have built their relationship and they've built back or at least have a relationship now. Again, he is claiming to embrace all faiths, and he's been that way since he was the Prince of Wales. So, interesting, very, very interesting. Anne Lewis says, shocking, going to the Catholic Church to supply robes for the Church of England. King Henry the Eighth will be rolling in his grave. I think he will be. He's probably doing it right now. Even the Queen is probably rolling. She's like, I just got here and I got to roll because of this man. What is my son doing? But the church, the Catholic Church they were very happy to provide it. So there you go. Emerald says, Catholic Church lending robes to the Church of England. That is unbelievably sad. It's very interesting. Again, Queen Betty is rolling, and she's like, can you give me a minute? Can you be a minute to just rest before I have to roll because of something you did? Unbelievable. Let's see. Wendy Lohman says they made a big production of this coronation, vulgar cost to stage this circus. In the end, hardly anyone watched, less than 20 million in the UK. People's eyes were open, and the royal mystique is dead. I saw that. I think what was it? I think it's 10.9 million people watched. Wait, no, I think it was you correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 10 million in the US watched it, and I think it was like 15 million or something like that in the UK. I don't have the exact numbers in the UK that watched it, but yeah, definitely it was less than 20 million that watched it, and that is across multiple platforms that watch, and I think it was like 15 million, something like that watched it across multiple platforms. And again, remember, they put out all these big screen TVs across the UK so people can watch it. There were pictures of tons of chairs and nobody watching it, the big screen TV there by itself, and the chairs watching it, and nobody showed up to watch it. Or there were some of them with very, very few people, maybe 5-6 people sitting there watching it. So across multiple platforms. And then when you think of, Harry and Meghan's wedding, which, the viewership was way beyond any King Charles. Diana interview was way beyond that. Even Prince Harry's interview in the US King Charles' coronation was 10 million. Harry's just his interview, his 60 minutes interview beat it by, Harry's interview was 11 million. So it was just the next time I come out, have all the numbers. I have them saved, I think, in my bookmarks, but I have to go in and find it. So yeah, it's very interesting that they spent all that money and yet they didn't do the numbers that they're thinking that they would do. Again, people are, and you're so right, Wendy, people are seeing behind the curtain and, they don't like what they see. So let's see. Oh, hi, Patricia Franklin. How are you? Patricia says, hi, Peddlers. What is beautiful day catching the live. Hope all is well with the church and others. God bless you all. Well, thank you, Patricia. I'm really happy that you're here. Yes, it is a beautiful day in New York. Hopefully it stays that way. That would be wonderful. Let's see. Scrolling up. Sylvia Dixon. Oh, Sylvia's talking to Karen M. She says, so I guess I'm understanding that American Black actors, singers, etc. are good to entertain the royal family, but sweet, kind, educated, beautiful Meghan was not good enough to love their Harry. Well, I think, it's so funny. I think we talked about this a couple of days ago. I think Karen M was on and we were talking about this. The difference between tokenism and inclusion. The royal family they don't mind, during slavery, during the Jim Crow period, they would have Black entertainers come and perform. They would have Black entertainers come and perform in those white only restaurants, whatever. Except the Black entertainers have to come through the back. They weren't able to sit in the restaurant or the main hall that they were performing. They had pretty much a broom closet for a changing room. They weren't allowed to eat in there in the dining room or whatever. So there was this behavior there, way back in, for example, in the US during, the Jim Crow and all of that period. The UK is kind of like that. The royal family, they don't mind. They will bring every Black choir they can find. They would go to, the charities and take photos of with Black people. They would hug Black children. They would probably even hold a Black child, whether it's by the sleeve or not. They would do stuff like that. They don't mind that because it makes them look good. It makes them look like they're including. But what that is, as we talk about, is tokenism, is using Black people as props for their "see, I'm not a racist," campaign. The problem with them is inclusion. They don't want you in their family. As I think her name is Adwa, when she was talking about, seeing the church where all these Black and brown performers there, and then you go and see this terribly white balcony, which, by the way, apparently has become the most complained about statements on television, because she point out the fact that the royal family balcony that they've been lauding so much is all white. I mean, I don't know how you complain about the fact when people can literally look at the picture. I mean, what did they see brown people in there? Did they see people of different race or different ethnicity or whatever, or different, like, it was all white people. So I don't understand what you're complaining about. I mean, all Ofcom have to do is look at the pictures like, well, yes, well, there are actually all white people there. You know what I mean? The thing is, they don't mind you performing for them. They don't mind you coming and doing. Why? Because you're doing it in service of them. Every person in the, who were part of, whether it's the coronation ceremony or the concert or all of that stuff, they were all in service of Charles, the white person. The difference is they don't want you in their family. They don't mind you working for them. In some cases, they don't even want you working for them, as we saw in the race report, where, especially the fact that that exemption still is there, where they don't have to hire Black people. They're still exempt from it. And Black and brown people, they don't have to do it. They don't mind Black people coming to work for them sometimes. They just don't want you in their family. That's the problem. And that's where Meghan is, And so But unbelievable. Let's see. Oh, the Impossible says, yes, Harry, shame them to their graves. Bad things happen when the truths are hidden. Exactly, 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 exactly. And so we are praying that Harry will continue to shame them, and again, you can see the attack against Harry and Meghan. It's still there, but you can see it going down. You can see the temperature of it going down because again, this court case is very much nobody wants to be the next on the list because again, they have run into someone who is not afraid of them and who's going to come after them, and what happens is the rest of the world is going to come with Harry, and what they're doing is going to be around the world. So they don't want that. They want to hide. Let's see. Joy says England was part of the Catholic Church before King Henry VIII broke away from them to form the Church of England. For them to go back begging for robes is funny. Exactly. Wasn't this when he wanted to marry someone who wanted to marry I think he wanted to divorce. I forgot the whole thing, so maybe you can re-educate me, and then I have to go back and see the whole thing why he broke away, but I think it is wanting to marry his girlfriend or something like that. He wanted to do, and it's incredible that Charles and Camilla's story, and they're head of the church. Oh god, it's just sickening. Anyways, moving on. I feel like I need a shower after I said that. With that mess. Let's see. Oh, Mrs. S, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you always supporting. And I'm so happy you're here. So welcome you being here. I'm so happy that you are joining us today, my dear. So thank you again for your support. Let's see. Kim Fisher says, what you do in the dark always comes into the light. It eventually does. It eventually does. No matter how much you try to hide it, it eventually does. Let's see. Leslie F says, one source was King Charles himself in a recorded statement to an interviewer that was never aired for the press associate. Another one was a phone call from Charles' personal secretary. Not sure what you're referring to specifically, but if you want to elaborate, I would love to hear it. So, but thank you for your comment, Leslie F. KR8 says, if the firm could have used Meghan without complaint, they would have had no big problems with her. They would have, she would not blindly kiss the ring of the murderous clan, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, well, it's exactly true. I mean, they're used to, look at Kate and look at Sophie. And you know what I mean? So Sophie, especially Sophie, was opinionated. She was caught in one of those newspaper stings, and they basically took the sting out of her. She was very clear in her what she didn't think much of Prince Charles at the time, and she was very honest for her in her assessment of him, and it was for part of a sting, and it was obviously put in the paper, and she was embarrassed, and then they had to basically beg forgiveness of the queen, and they're brought into the fold, and then she had to basically give up her business or company or what she was working for, and go full-time as a working royal. But they set her up, and took this thing out of her, and now she is basically bow down, and so Meghan is not going to do that, and obviously she would ask questions and really challenge things, and they did not like that. They don't like people that have opinions. They want to be able to control how you think. I mean, Kate Middleton, hello. Let's see. LMZ says, in Oprah Winfrey interview, Meghan says the royal family they should use wait a minute. In Oprah Winfrey interview, Meghan says to the royal family they should use her, but they abuse her without no pay. Um, I have a question for that, because there was a report that was saying that Meghan in Australia, of course, there was no evidence for this, but apparently, Valentine Lowe in his book, which I shall not name, claimed that one of the courtiers, or one of the assistants for the Sussexes during the Australian tour, Meghan said something to the effect of, wow, I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this. And it's something that I keep forgetting to bring up. Did Meghan ever get paid for the work she did as a working royal? I mean, I know that it says that, King Charles from the Duchy of Cornwall was paying for Harry, for William and Kate, and for Harry and Meghan. My question is, when Meghan and Harry married, did the money that Harry get increase, or was it the same? Did King Charles actually pay for Meghan? And that question I never got an answer for, and I keep forgetting to bring it up. So I hope that Meghan got her money, whatever it is, that she did not work for the royal family for free. And so I hope she did. I don't know the truth of that. I don't know the facts of that, if she did or not, but it would be very interesting to know. And so for me, I then need to go back and look at the sovereign grant reports, because in the sovereign grant, although they don't say specifically how much William specifically got and how much Harry specifically got, because they just put the large sum and said is for William and Harry. I'm assuming William obviously get more than Harry because he's the heir, and that's kind of how they work. But it would be very interesting to know if with Meghan, if that sovereign grant, whatever portion that Harry got, ever increased when he married Meghan. So that would be very interesting. And Louis says, no, Meghan never got paid. Harry was told that they did not have enough money for both him. For both of them, I'm assuming you meant them. Harry did 3 jobs, probably Kate as well. Harry did 3 jobs. I'm not sure what that means, but so I know that before, when in Spare, Harry did say that Charles said he did not have money for them. So then my question becomes, did he relent or not? Did he, so Greta is saying no, she didn't. Okay. Did apart from the sovereign grant report, then my question becomes, apart from the sovereign grant report, was there anything, did you guys find any receipts to back that up, that she absolutely did not get paid, that Harry's salary did not increase or anything like that? I'm looking for specifics of what Harry's part of that money was, and if it was increased when Meghan. So if you guys that are responding have any articles or anything like that could help me out, that would be great. So thank you so much to all of you who said no, Meghan did not get paid. I just want to find some receipts on that. That would be really, really great. Thank you so much again, Lydia, for reminding everyone. Please take the time to like and support the channel. I'm going to it doesn't allow me to pin it. I don't know why, but thank you so much, Lydia, for reminding everyone. So please like and share the video if you haven't. Please subscribe if you're new here, or you have just not, you haven't just, subscribed. Go ahead and do that and click the notification bell so you know when we drop a video. That would be really awesome. Let's see. Karen, hey Karen Warner, how are you, my dear? Karen says, in Oprah Winfrey interview, Harry said he was told by Prince Charles just before Prince Harry and Meghan got married that they don't have money to pay Princess Meghan, and she should continue acting. Yes, we remember that very, very well. And it's just, and that's why Harry was like, is he trying to tell me with all the money that he gets from the duchy, and everything else, and then the sovereign grant, that he doesn't have money, to pay? And Harry was even like, well, I'll ask her to make her own clothes, and she doesn't even eat much, it was just so ridiculous, the idea that that the royal family is going to claim they don't have enough money from, I mean, I I the racism of it all, the absolute racism of it all. But let's see. Let's see, scrolling up. When he says, like, oh, wait, did I read this before? I cannot wait for Prince Harry to take the stand in the court case, expose those devils. Yes. Yes, we're looking forward to that very much. I am very much looking forward to hear the I am very much looking forward to hear the evidence that they have, the in-depth evidence, and also all the people that they're going to call. I mean, can they, I don't know, legal, you guys in the UK, can they, summon Prince William to court, or Mark Bolan? Mark Bolan's name has come up. He was Prince Charles's press secretary or whatever he was to her. And apparently, and I'm just learning that Mark Bolan was actually, before he even met Prince Charles, he met with Camilla. And Camilla was one of the big reasons that Mark Bolan got that job. And we all know that Mark Bolan was tasked with with rehabbing Camilla's reputation. And so Harry talked about, being thrown under the bus and sacrificed on the altar of Camilla's, name. And so they sacrificed Harry, and Mark Bolan was a chief person. And, talk about what he did to Harry. He was also the person who helped Penny Jr. When Penny Jr. was writing the book with all that stuff about Princess Diana, claiming Princess Diana was mentally ill. Mark Bolan was the person she met with when she started writing the book. And then him and Charles made available their staff to say all these horrible things about Princess Diana, including false lies about her mental health. So Mark Bolan is chief among the people who basically tried to destroy Harry, basically destroyed Princess Diana. He was also one of the person who helped destroy Prince Edward's company, and Charles sat there and allowed him to do it. And so it just, oh goodness, it's so funny. I was reading an article about Mark Bolan and things he said about Prince Charles. I think this article was back in like 2003 or 2005, where he was calling Prince Charles. He was saying how weak a person Prince Charles is. Well, Prince Charles at the time, he was the Prince of Wales, and how weak of a person he is, how he just doesn't have the stomach for anything that's difficult. He would basically run away from anything that's difficult. He was just weak. And especially in dealing with, Princess Diana's, what is that guy who always, he was like a servant to Princess Diana, and he stole Princess Diana. What's his name again? All of a sudden I'm forgetting his name. He stole Princess Diana's clothes, and then the queen was taking him to court, and then, I guess he had something against, had some kind of a thing that they don't want, and I'm assuming it's about Charles, that they don't want to be out there. And all of a sudden the queen was like, I remember he told me he was taking him. What's his name? All of a sudden I forgot. The one who was claiming that, he was working with Princess Diana. No, you weren't working with Princess Diana. You were working for Princess Diana. So anyways, but Mark Bolan was talking just about how absolutely a weak person Charles is. And so without him backing up Charles, that's why I guess, he did what, that's his answer, or his excuse for doing what he did and trying to destroy everybody around Charles to prop up Charles. And it was just, it's unbelievable. So yeah. But yeah, I think that article was either 2003 or 2005. Unbelievable. Let's see. Yes, Paul Burrell. Thank you so much. I completely forgot his name. Paul Burrell, who the last time I heard of Paul Burrell, he was like, wanting to set up a meeting with Prince Harry and Prince William because he had some secret message he needed to tell them before he died. And it was just like, you liar. You just want something. You just want to meet with them so you can have, something to be, ooh, my battery is dying. Oh no, this is no good. Hold on 1 second. Oh no, this is crazy. All right, so it seems I have 10 minutes before my battery dies. So this is really wild. I didn't realize my computer was dying. Anyways, let's go until it does. So yeah, let's see. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for donating. I just realized that. Sean, thank you so much. It says every script Suits came up with, they disapproved. Telling her to continue to act was a setup for failure to embarrass her. That is so true. That is so true, because Harry was talking about like the Suits people were really getting frustrated because they had to cancel or change the script because everything they did, the royal family didn't approve of. And it was just like, that is so crazy that they could feel like they could, and I mean, I'm amazed that Meghan allowed them to. I mean, I guess at the time it was just like, well, let's do it. But, in hindsight, I could see her fighting that. I didn't realize they had a hand in, what the script. I mean, that is just crazy. Like, they had to control everything about her, and I think it's the same thing that they're doing now with, or I'm assuming that's what they've been doing all along with the BBC and others. It's like they need to control every single thing. And it's just like, you people are crazy, So C Hopper, thank you. Oh, C Shopper, thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate it. And there's another one there that I said. I'm trying to find it in the show notes. My pad doesn't highlight them as well as my laptop, so it's kind of, I have to like go by them. Let's see. Oh, that's Sean as well. Okay. Sean, oh, both of them are Sean. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. And I'm trying to see, because I know you wrote something there, and I'm trying to find what you wrote. And I can't find it. But C Shopper said, did the Queen leave Harry anything in her will? Oh my gosh, I was thinking about the same thing today. Oh wow, brilliant mind think alike. I was thinking of the same thing. I don't know. I have no idea if she left him anything. I know she left, obviously, most of it she left for the monarch, and apparently one of the reasons is because they don't have to pay taxes on it, inheritance tax on it, because the monarch is exempt from it. But I think if she apparently if she left anything to anyone else, they'll have to pay inheritance tax. So I don't know if she left any. He hasn't said anything or anybody. I would, who knows, other than, giving her dogs to Fergie. I don't know of anything else. And of course, her will is sealed for 99 years. So we have no idea. So Leslie, I was going to start the call-in, except I have 9% on my pad, and I did not realize I was using it all morning and was not I was not paying attention to to my battery life. And if I come off here, I don't think you'd be able to hear me if I don't have my headsets in. And unfortunately, my headsets is where the power is. So if I'm in a bit of a quandary at the moment. So I have, well, now it's down to 8% of battery. So let's see. Unfortunately, not a call in today. Let's see how many else I can get before this battery die. Let's see. Joan Hickey says if Meghan is buying furniture with her credit card, that tells you, look where Harry was living and how little was in the cottage. Look how he was dressed, going to TK Maxx sales. Harry had little. So to put this into perspective, Harry had little, I think, ready money. Harry does have, and he talks about it in the Oprah Winfrey interview, that his mom left him, and I don't know how much. Different people have speculated as to how much his mom left him. So he talked about having that to help them to purchase a home, which is where they live now. So I'm assuming in terms of he didn't have much in ready money. So that it is shocking where he lived. And again, Harry was not one of those people where he lived was deplorable, but Harry was not one of those fussy people. One of the things is that he was very rarely, a lot of times in the UK, was a lot of times in Africa or someplace else. So he wasn't one of those people that, okay, I need bigger and better. Because I don't think he expected it for himself. I don't think he had the confidence to ask for more, and plus two, Harry's just a regular guy that didn't really care all that much about stuff, you know. Give him a garbage bag to carry his clothes, which we've seen him do, and he is fine. He was not one of those fussy people. So yeah, it's very, yeah. So I think it was probably the ready money thing that was, yeah, the thing there. But again, Meghan buying furniture, that was just like, oh my gosh, really? Really? And I've always questioned with British aristocrats. A lot of times they own a lot of property. They have the mansions or castles or wherever they live, massive amount of property, but they're cash poor. A lot of them. And a lot of them, even though they have these big homes, they don't have the ready money to heat the homes or repair the homes. So a lot of them are falling into disrepair and all of those things. So I'm always questioning, even though I know the royals have a lot, like how much, like not say King Charles, we know he has, and William, they have just more than they need, but the other ones, from Harriet on down, just how much money they actually have, and we know that they always have to go, begging to the heirs and the monarch for money, but it's just how much ready money do they really have? So I've always questioned that. So yeah. Little Max says it seemed they didn't give Harry more money because Meghan paid for their furniture and bought stuff from Canada. Very true as well. So it's a little hazy there for me with Harry and the money, Beth, because again, he did have that inheritance, but maybe he was just ready, money at the ready is probably where the issue was there. Could be, I don't know. Let's see. Sylvia said, I thought I read Harry's salary increased, but not by a lot. William got most of the money for his family, which is what I thought too, because, that's how they do. The heir always gets the most stuff. And so, which is what I thought as well. Let's see. Going up. Oh, I'm so sad for my battery. Okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna test something. I'm going to undo my headset, and if you guys can tell me, I'm gonna be talking, and if you could tell me if you can hear me. I'm gonna be talking about just what we're talking about now, about Harry and money. So if you can let me know if you hear me, if I undo my headset, and that way if I can undo it, then I can plug into my power, then I can have people come on and chat with me, but I don't know if I can hear you. So let me unplug and see. Okay, so if you can let me know if you're hearing me, and if you're hearing me, that would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. So yeah, so I'm gonna check down and so yeah, I mean, thank you, Sylvia. If anybody has any other information. Oh, so you hear me loud and clear? Oh, fantastic. Okay, good. So I'm gonna plug in. Yes, plugging in. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. You're hearing me. Yes, thank you. All right, now I have power coming in and I can stay on for longer. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Thank you, Sylvia, for your hang on. Okay, thank you guys. Which was just like, I hear you. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in the chat, and one of you, whomever, if you'd like to call in, and I'm gonna see if I can hear you. That would be amazing, because if I can hear you, then we can have a conversation. If I can't, then we can't. But let's do this. Oh, this is so great. Thank you, God. I'm learning my pad. All right, I'm going to put this here. Paste. All right, so the link is in the chat. So if you would like to call in and chat with me, and I hope I can hear you when you call in, and then we can chat, and that would be amazing. So, yep, so links in the chat, call in. We could talk about anything we talked about. That would be amazing. Oh, Leslie F. Leslie F is calling in. So let's see. Hi, Leslie F.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Leslie. Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. I'm so glad. I got so much tea. I got lucky today.
Oh my gosh, so spill tea, my love.
Yeah. So let me just give you a little bit of background. So I have when I was in the UK last summer, I met a whole bunch of great people that I still keep in contact with. So they gave me some links. So I have a link to. So the BBC has a little area, and I try to look for it on Google directly, but I can't. But I can get it through the link. It's called BBC Legal, and they have an hour by hour update because they have 2 court reporters in there. In the courtroom, and so they're giving hour by hour update, kind of like how they did, like how we did here during the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial.
Yes.
So this is what I got so far. So Harry's attorney had all morning, and then they broke for lunch, and then like around 1 o'clock, his name is Andrew Green, is the barrister for MGN, which is the mayor. Okay, so they came on, and this afternoon, they need now to answer the allegations in Harry's barrister's opening statement. Right. So this is the tactic that they're going to go with. So they're going to start naming names, and it's going to start on Monday. But today they named 2 names. And a report came out. I first saw She Knows, and then the link on She Knows, and then it went to... Can you hear me?
You're breaking up a little bit, but so if you can say what you just said again, you broke up a little bit. So, Leslie?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, my mom tried to call me just now, and I'm on my phone. I just declined it. So they're gonna start. The tactic they're gonna take is they're gonna start naming names. The article in the Times, which I will not pay for the Times, so I had to dig a little bit more. Names that they presented today a statement. They haven't named the person yet, but it is from a royal rooter, a written statement saying that Harry is correct and that yes, they got a lot of their stories from royal family members was their source. Okay, so but they haven't named the rooter because this is just like them presenting what they're gonna do. So now instead of, remember they were trying to say in the beginning that their claims came too late. Well, now they changed their tactic because this morning Harry's attorney stated that there was absolutely that they couldn't hold Harry accountable to that because even though it was publicly known in the media, in the news, the Levinson and 211 and the Mirror apology, Harry was in Afghanistan.
Exactly, which is, oh my gosh, I'm so happy they brought that up because I was surprised that they did not bring that up.
He brought it up this morning. So now Andrew Green is trying to throw out the other 2 young ladies' cases, the ones that were on Coronation Street and the ex-football player's wife or whatever, saying that since they were, actors or whatever during that time, they should have known. So that was that was the first part of this afternoon for them. But let me go over here to my notes.
Okay, hold on
Can
one
you still?
second. Karen and MZ, I see you guys. I just want to finish up with Leslie for a bit. So I see you guys calling in, so hang on, okay?
Can you
All
hear
right, go
me?
ahead, Leslie.
Okay, so I'm just going to read to you this portion of it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let me go back here. It says, because I put here. Okay, so it says the subjects of the article. So they decided their tactic to cover their butts is they're going to go article by article. So out of the 28 of the 33 articles that they disagree on that were information was obtained illegally, they're going to start naming the sources for those articles. So that's basically, yeah, this is going to blow up. And so this is what I got. Yeah. So the subjects of the articles in the case, including Harry's relationship with his family and ex-girlfriend Chelsea Davis, a few injuries and illnesses, his military service, and alleged drug use. However, Mr. Green said the stories came from a range of sources, including information disclosed by royal household members, other royals, freelance journalists, news agencies, as well as confidential sources with extensive royal contacts. So that's how he opened it up. And then he gave two examples here. He said, it's here. The barrister said the interview was arranged by the claimant's PR advisor, Mark Boland, and presumptively the Prince of Wales at the time, which is Charles,
King Charles,
PR advisors to Mark. This was for Harry's the article was about Harry's 18th birthday, and he was getting a set of golf clubs. Okay. Was marked for his 18th and was part of a PR exercise not released to rehabilitate his image, meaning Harry, after his earlier involvement with drug taking. So that was one. And then it says, Mr. Green later said the information for a 2009 article in the Mirror about the Duke's alleged relationship also came from PA, which is here in the United States, we used to call it the Associated Press. But I guess over there they call it Press Association. And prior reports in the public domain. MGN has also repeatedly denied that details contained in various articles published during Harry's life was private information belonging to the Duke. So basically, those were the two articles that they gave examples for. Right. And they're naming names. And so so basically in its opening statement, so come Monday, that's gonna be their attack. Wow. So to get out of the illegal information, they're gonna start naming the sources. Right. Of how so they'll tell you like this was a royal household member and blah blah blah. Right. This was from a junior journalist, blah blah blah. Right. Also, I have another. I read yesterday, but I can't remember where I read it. But it was a link from my friend in the UK. The board of MGN, the stockholders, was so infuriated about the statement made by Harry's attorney that they said it went all the way up to highest level. They're saying that they were lied to by the editors in chief of the Mirror. And so they released some kind of general statement stating that they are appalled and that they did not know these allegations. And they're going to be following this court case very closely because then they're going to clean house. Which is what I'm telling you, this is why they're afraid. This is why everyone is kind of like backing away from the story. They don't want to because I'm telling you, I look forward to there being massive change with the press in the UK from these trials. I mean, they're really, 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 really going to be. And they also, Harry's attorney also, which I think you brought up earlier, stated this morning at the end of this that they have tangible, actual physical proof of Piers Morgan's direct involvement. I think they got a memo or something. Yeah. And one also, thing, of course, Omid is going to be testifying as well. So yeah. Yep. So and for the young people in the chat here, and I don't know how if they did this in the UK, but I'm assuming so. back in the day, in this time period, our phone bills were not all online like it was today. Back
Right.
then, when you had your phone, you got an actual call log of all the
Mm-hmm.
calls coming out. Because I remember that's how you found out if your man was cheating. Who's calling your phone and who you calling when you're supposed to
Right.
be at work, because it would have the phone number and everything. And I don't know how it is in the UK, but here in the United States, our telecommunications keep those records for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
So all they need to do really is pull those call logs up, which I bet you they have because the palace has to keep records of everything. If not,
Right.
M5 or M6 over there can probably get it. And go through and see, because remember when you would call your voicemail to check your messages, it would say call in voicemail. You know what I mean? It would
Mm-hmm.
have the number
Yep.
you're calling from. All you gotta do is track those numbers back to see if it was any desk at
Yep.
the mirror.
Yep.
So that's what I think the proof is saying. I think they're going to be shocked that, we're so digital now, you forget how things were on paper back then.
Right. Right. Wow, Leslie, thank you so much. I want to get in MZ and Karen as well, but I appreciate the. Oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that. Karen, would you come on again and keep us updated? You could, if you want to be our regular court reporter. Leslie, are you still there? I think I lost Leslie.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I was
Okay.
saying, like, I would love for you. I want to get to MZ and Karen now, but thank you
Yes.
so much. And if you'd like to, I mean, your notes are impeccable. If you'd like to come on regularly and be a regular court reporter, I would really love that.
Oh, I sure. No problem. If I keep getting the hourly updates on Monday, but I thought it was funny that they ended like this and let the royal family sitting like this and all those reporters sitting for the
Exactly.
whole weekend wondering
Yeah,
whose name is going to be named.
there you go.
Well,
But
you guys
thank you
have a
so much,
wonderful
Leslie.
day. You're
Okay.
welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. All right, we're gonna go to MZ for a few minutes, and Karen, please hold on. We're gonna come to you in a second. MZ, hello.
Hello, good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm calling from Belgium.
Oh my goodness!
Th-
Welcome from
th-
Belgium.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for everything. And
Oh,
good evening to all the success squad. And I'm so proud of for what Ari is doing and everything. I just think Princess Diana, I mean Queen Diana, because I don't even call her princess. She is a queen and everything. I
exactly.
think she is with Ari on this journey because
Mm-hmm.
he is the one standing up for what is right, for what they did to his mother. And
Yes.
unlike the coronation day, I didn't watch it. I don't want to watch it because it's so emotional for me and everything on
Mm-hmm.
that day with Queen Diana, with Ashley and everything. So it's not easy. And Harry is doing the right thing for himself, for his family and everything. Everything they put his mother through,
Mm-hmm.
everything they put his son through, everything they put Maggie through, everything they put him through, it's high time the royal family, everybody is seeing them for who they really are right now and
Mm-hmm.
everything. There was one post I saw in this Jeremy Vine show, or so they posted in one of the success squad. A lady was saying that every leak that Harry was talking about is from the royal family because
MZ, hello, MZ, are you still there? Uh oh, I think we lost MZ. MZ, are you still there?
hello.
Oh, there you are. I thought we lost you.
Yeah, sorry. So they know that he's telling the truth. So the world is watching, the world is seeing everything, and
Right.
Harry will have justice at the end of the day. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy for him that he's doing what is right. So I'm really happy.
Thank you so much, MZ. Let's all keep praying.
Yeah,
You
for
know.
sure we are.
It was so wonderful to hear from you, calling in all the way from Belgium.
Yeah. I've
And
been
then
watching Maggie
you
right
got a
from
voice on
Suits in Belgium,
yeah.
because in Belgium they show Suits even before he got married to Prince Harry
Oh
long
my
ago. Yeah, I've been watching that from.
God.
It's because of Maggie I watched Suits.
Oh,
Yeah, because her personality, the way she
uh-huh.
talks, the way she do things and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, they show it 2 years or 3 years before I even got my before I even met
Uh,
Prince Harry. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, MZ. Please
No
call us
problem.
again,
Thank
okay?
you.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a fantastic
Yeah.
day.
Bye. You
Bye.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's get Karen in there. Karen, how are you, my dear?
Hi, I'm great. How are you guys doing?
I am good. Welcome, welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
Sonny. I was screaming at the phone, hoping you can hear me. He said, "Don't worry, Leslie can stay on. Leslie can stay on. You can have more. You
Oh
can
my
have
God, Leslie had all the tea, man. I appreciate it. So
yeah.
Leslie
You
will
can
be
have
our
more than
official
one.
court reporter.
Yeah, you can have more than one people on the line, so she can
They,
stay on. Oh, that was so good. Oh my God,
yes.
she was so good. Leslie, you have to come back. Okay.
Yes. And
She
Connie,
is
Connie from
so
Switzerland is
good with
like,
that, with
yes,
the
thank you,
information.
Leslie. That was so good,
Wow,
man.
that is so awesome. And you know something? Harry always said he is a man of service, and what
Mm-hmm.
he is doing is an act of service for
Yes.
everyone. Everyone. Okay?
Yes.
You know, he's like his mom. He never just think about himself. He thinks about everyone. And look at it.
Yep.
He's gone back to fight for his mother. He's also gone back to fight for the girlfriends that he had because it was wrong what they did to them. He
Yep.
couldn't do anything at the time. And yes, okay, this is the utmost respect, okay, for Megan, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to encourage him and allow him to do this. Okay,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
he always showed respect for those women, and he
Yep.
always, you know, he always talked about how much he cared about them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and he had to give up these relationships because of what was being these women were being put through. And he always stood by his word, always stood by his word. And I'm so glad that he is shown, yes, I am married, yes, I have the love of my life. Okay, but I haven't forgotten what you
Right.
have gone through. As much as I am able to fight for myself, I am going to fight for you because I haven't forgotten what you have endured, you know,
Right.
during just being with me. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
you know, that is utmost respect. And I praise and respect Princess Megan so much, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for, you know, allowing him to do this because and it just shows the type of person because she's the type of person who would fight for that as well. Okay.
Exactly.
And she's showing, you
Exactly.
know, no, I am here, we're in love, we're married and everything, but those women got hurt too.
Yep.
Okay. And yeah, so it's not just him fighting for them. She is fighting also because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she didn't turn away. She didn't turn away and say,
Right.
okay, that's your past relationship and stuff like, you know, some of us would do. You know, she
Right.
said, no, you fight for them. They were hurt
Yeah.
in the process as well, too, just like I am being hurt now. So,
Right.
you know, I
And I think
respect
that's
that
a really
so
such an
much.
important thing that you're talking about too, because I
Hmm.
mean, Megan always advocates for women, but I think as
Yes.
women,
Hmm.
how a man treats the women who are in his life
Exactly.
and past relationship, it
Exactly.
speaks to how they will treat you. And to see
Exactly.
the respect that Harry has was for his grandmother, his
Mhm.
mother, for his past girlfriends,
Mhm.
how much he
Mhm.
has stood up for them,
Yeah.
it's a testament to, when you, that for me to be confident, yes, yeah, you see the wife that he has now, he will respect her and fight for her.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't matter what habit, what he is doing shows her the type of, you know, person that she married to, and
Right.
he would always be there protecting her. Okay,
Right.
and she can sit back and she can trust that, even
Yep.
if, you know, even if whatever, and we know that's not going to happen, that he is always going to have her back.
Yeah.
Okay, and she can trust that. Just look at him going back and fighting for the past women in his life, his mother, his ex-girlfriends, and what even his grandmother. Look at that. Okay, he's not going for himself. And you know something, just the fact that he is looking for respect, okay, and an apology, it says volume. It says an apology coming from them is acknowledging, okay, that is total acknowledgement that they have done this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, giving the money, okay, giving the money and not taking accountability and apologizing for what you have done, okay, it's not acknowledging it. Okay, that is just quieting the person down and say, okay, go away, we'll continue doing what we're doing.
Right.
Okay, but the fact that they have to come out and acknowledge it, take accountability, and apologize for it and say, yes, it has been done. Okay, it's more than what they would be paying out to whoever. Okay, this is going into records, and it's going to hurt them even more going forward, because it will come out that they have acknowledged,
right,
okay, that it happened. Yes, with their company, their reporters, and their CEO, and everybody knew, and they had to come out and apologize.
Right.
And yes, they have to pay compensation on top of that. So he is getting a double whammy with it.
Yeah.
And this is so great. And now you understand why he says, I don't care which way it goes.
Right.
And why he told his grandmother, I want that apology. I want that apology. And he's going up because he knows the effect that it would have. Okay.
Right.
Can you imagine? They have this young 12-year-old boy who watched his mom die. And he's going after them. And he is demanding an apology from all these big greats who have all these billions of dollars.
Right.
Okay. Now you understand why he is looking for accountability from his family and from these people. Because it says volume. And in regards to
hang on one second, Sean. I see you there. So hang on, don't go anywhere, Sean. I want to hear from you. I just want to wrap up with Karen for a second, okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Go ahead,
in terms of Megan getting paid, from what I understand, unless and I did put the message inside of there, unless she went back and collect what they owe her because of what they did to her and Prince Harry, pulling their security, leaving them for dead, and cutting off their finances, right? And unless she went back and said, no, I work for you guys, I am collecting, you give me my money that for the time that I went out there and worked and did work for you guys, I'm collecting now. Okay, give me my money. Right. Okay, unless they did that, and they had come to some agreement and said, okay, pay me up now. They didn't pay her anything. Increasing, if they increase Prince Harry's whatever he used to get before, it's okay because now he's married and has a family. But that's for him. But for Megan, they're supposed to pay her separately because she is doing a job.
Right.
Okay. So it's nothing that's coming from him that he has to pay her part of whatever he's getting. No. Just like how Kate was getting her individual income plus what covers her wardrobe and all that stuff, Megan was supposed to get the same thing because she is an individual person doing a job. Okay. Beside her husband.
So Kate gets okay. I didn't realize that Kate gets a separate. I mean, I know she gets like the clothing. I guess like clothing allowance stuff. I didn't realize she was getting a separate pay.
Kate gets separate pay because every time she goes out there, every time she goes out there and stand up beside William, she's doing a job.
Right.
Okay, she's doing a job. It's just like Princess Diana. She used to get the same thing. Okay. They are doing a job every time they go out and stand up beside their husband.
Right.
Okay, so when
Okay.
they take them in there, okay, you know, they are working for the royal family and they do get an income.
Right.
Okay, plus they
Okay.
have to pay for their dresses and all that, their wardrobe and all that stuff. Okay,
Mm.
so when she go out there and she stands up quiet and just smile, she gets paid for that, for just showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for
Yep.
just showing up, she gets paid for that. Okay,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
there's William income for, you know, his presence and him being Prince William or whatever it is. And the same thing is what Harry used to get, an income for being Prince Harry.
Right.
Okay, when they move into having a family and stuff like that, because they're not single anymore, okay, it increases a little bit, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, their wife is still an individual employee.
Right. Right.
Okay, so they get a separate income. So this is why Charles told Harry when him and William was driving, going to Sandringham or wherever they were driving to, okay, that he don't have money. They don't have enough money to pay for Meghan, to pay Meghan. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that means each one of them are
Gets
employed
money.
and getting
Yeah.
paid. Okay,
Right. Okay.
so that's why he said that he don't have to pay for have money to pay for Meghan, because he's
Right.
already paying kids separately for her, for just, you know, being the wife of William and
Right.
just standing
That
up
makes
there.
sense.
Okay,
That makes
so
sense.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
so
Well,
that's
thank you so much,
that's what's happening.
Karen.
Not a
Yeah.
problem. You
Thank
take
you
it. So as far
so
as I'm concerned, they
you
didn't get
helped me
any.
a lot. Thank
As
you.
far as I'm
Thank you.
concerned, they didn't get anything. She didn't get paid unless she put in for it afterwards and said, "Listen, you did
I
this to
need
us.
my money.
I want to collect."
Right, right, right.
I did a
Okay,
job.
gotcha.
Anyway,
Thank
talk
you
to you.
so
Bye,
much.
guys. Have a nice weekend, guys.
You too, my love.
Take
Next
care.
time
Love you
I
guys.
look forward to hearing
Bye.
from you. Bye.
You always.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Sean, how are you doing, my friend?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm doing well. First things first.
Okay.
Andrew, you're a sick old man.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Now, with that being said, the first lady, she need to come on all the squad channels every time they go live and have a segment called In the News, because
Mm-hmm.
she bought all the tea. Tell her to
You
shut her
did.
mouth and keep on talking. But
Yes, Miss
what
Leslie. Yes.
but what I want to say is, let me tell you something. What I was saying earlier about Suits, it was very, I said in the message, it was very hypocritical for them to tell her to keep acting when they would have been in charge of what roles she could play or not play. So in other words, they were going to keep her from working in Hollywood. They were going to
Mm-hmm.
make her name very bad. They were already in the beginning stages of humiliating her and embarrassing her. Megan couldn't see that, because she thought, I'm going to use the platform as a big platform, and I love serving
Mm-hmm.
people. I love helping people. So that's where Megan's eyes were at. Megan wasn't really thinking. The only problem, and I love Harry dearly, but Harry should have known what his family was up to. But once again,
Yeah.
once again, he was caught in love with Megan, and he thought
Mm-hmm.
everything, they was gonna all work together, but
Mm-hmm.
he found out differently. But Megan
Yeah.
said something in her interview with Oprah, I think that was, when she said, and it was in her voice when she said, I believe them,
Mm-hmm.
but she said, I will never do that again. So the
Yes.
way she
Yes.
said that, it had to be really bad for her. But put that aside. Remember when Harry said, Harry was being interviewed, and the man asked Harry, do you want to know what really happened to your mother after all investigation that he's been doing, and he couldn't really find the answers? He
Mm-hmm.
paused for a minute and said, he was gonna let it go or no or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I think
telling
he
y'all
said
right now.
something to that. What difference would it make, or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now. I'm starting to pay attention to Harry. With everything that Harry do and say is precise.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it precise. Harry is like, it's perfection what he's
Mm-hmm.
doing. He know these
Mm-hmm.
people, and he's getting them back for his mother, the young
Mm-hmm.
ladies who died, and plus Megan and his kids. Now, When I say this, I'm saying this
Yeah.
for a reason. I already believe Harry is not letting anything, he's not leaving no stone unturned.
Nope.
Harry know what happened to his mother.
Oh,
He
absolutely. I
he
totally believe.
know
Yeah,
what
I think
happened
he
to
just
his
didn't
mother.
want to give that up. He didn't want
And
to give
he's
up that information. I totally believe
ex
that too.
exactly. He knows what happened to his mother.
And I
He
think
know
he knows
how
who
it
did it.
happened, and
Mm-hmm.
he know who did it. And he is
Mm-hmm.
waiting to drop that bombshell. That's gonna be his ace in the hole. But he's trying to get everything in his rightful. It's like playing chess. He's trying to get all his
Mm-hmm.
men in the right place because when
Yeah.
he drop it, all hell is gonna break loose at
Yep.
Buckingham Palace. And I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
they are going to fall, and they're gonna fall hard. And when they take that crown from King Charles, that's when he's gonna find out who Camilla really is. Cause if she have to take that crown off her head, she's gonna leave him. And
Mm-hmm.
and Charles is gonna die. I hate to say this, and I'm not wishing death on him, but Charles is gonna die a miserable, spiteful old man. Cause he's gonna annihilate everybody, and nobody's not gonna want to be around him anymore because of that one damn woman. But Harry, I'm telling you, after what that lady has said, Harry
Mm-hmm.
know what the hell he's doing. Even when he went to the coronation, I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of ticked off about that. A lot of us was ticked off about that. Truth be told. But
Mm-hmm.
now that I see it, Harry knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
He's letting Meghan sit back, and he's going to war with them. He's going to war
Mm-hmm.
with his mother, his father. He's going to war with Camilla, Kate, and William. And what Harry is doing, he's trying to get them to be a family. He is
Right.
trying, before he release everything he has, he's trying to get them to come together as a family. But
Yeah.
if they don't come together as a family, Harry is going to break it all up. And I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to have any remorse. And I don't think he's going to care because he's going to go on with his life with his family. This is some
Right.
sick stuff, everybody. This
Yeah.
is sick what
It
these
really
people are
is.
doing. And I'm it just boggles my mind on how they think. Okay, I live in this bubble. Everybody can see what I'm doing. Everybody know what I'm doing. But I just don't care what anybody says because I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm sitting up at the top. So therefore, nothing can happen to me. But you're wrong. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
with all these hack calls, I think politicians are gonna come up. I
Yep.
think what do you call them people that sit in Britain? What you call them people? Like our Congress? Um
Oh, you mean the MPs?
what they call them? The MPs?
MPs, yeah. Ministers of Parliament.
Yeah, the
Parliament
Parliament.
ministers.
I
Yeah.
believe they have some things on Parliament, some judges. I believe is going to get really ugly, and I could see them taking Piers Morgan out in some handcuffs because what's going to happen is all those writers and those reporters, when they start naming names, they're not
Mm-hmm.
going to go down by themselves.
Oh no.
They're
You
not
can
going to
see
take
that
the
already.
fall.
You can see that in this case. They're not gonna
Wait,
do
wait,
that.
they're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to take the fall. And if they have to, remember how you always say royal sources? If
Mm-hmm.
they have to start saying Camilla, Charles,
Mm-hmm.
William, Kate, Andrew, even
Mm-hmm.
Lizzie, if
I'm
they have
telling
to
you,
start
yep.
naming, if they have to start naming names, then so be it. This family is going to go down. And another thing, before I go, before Queen Elizabeth died, I have a funny feeling. I'm telling you what I know. This is why she wanted to sue the tabloids because she
Mm,
had enough of them. I
right.
really believe Elizabeth left Harry with a lot of information that
Mm-hmm.
Charles doesn't know, that William doesn't know. And when he release it and when he drop it, it's gonna be curtains for all of them.
Yeah.
Don't be too surprised because Buckingham Palace, they don't own it anyway. It's for the state anyway. They've been sold it to the state many, many, many
Right.
years ago. But don't be too surprised.
Yeah,
Some
no, I
royal,
totally. I mean, Harry always talked about like his special relationship with his grandmother, and even remember in this case, it even came out like, none of us knew that the Queen gave Harry permission to go after the son. Not
yeah,
this, the
that
last. I mean, his
the
case
Daily
against the
Field.
son. We didn't
They
know
all the same.
that her private secretary and Harry were working together, and she, so we didn't know that.
Yeah,
And it was just
but
like,
see,
oh wow, that the Queen and him were working on this.
that was a big surprise to us because I've always said, I wonder if the Queen left him information on something that's going to help him out later on. And
I
now,
hope so.
when this information came out, I say, bingo. I say, I knew she did it. Lizzie was not going to go down without a fight because Lizzie could not stand Camilla. Let's get that straight right now.
That's true.
Lizzie could not stand Camilla. And the reason why Lizzie stood on the throne that long is because she knew Charles was going to screw it up, and it was going to be because of that woman, Camilla. That's why Elizabeth stood on the throne that damn long. And remember when William and Kate was going inside the church when they had something a few weeks ago, somebody from the crowd screamed, William, you're not going to sit on that throne. Remember that?
Whoa, really?
Yeah, somebody in the crowd, when it was booing them, they said, William, you will not sit on that throne.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that family is about to go bye-bye. And they are going to fall, and they're going to fall hard with embarrassment and humiliation. Oh, and another thing, the Queen, I think she's from Spain.
Yeah. What is her name? I think Leticia or something.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think so.
I think something like that. I think her name.
Remember when some months back when she was on a balcony with Camilla and Kate, and she was talking to Kate, and Kate was talking to her with that big stupid smile she has, and the way Leticia was looking at her, oh my God.
Really? I didn't
go
see
back
that.
and look at that picture. The way she was looking at Kate, and Kate had this big, dumb, stupid smile on her face. She cannot stand Kate. And right after that, I don't know what it was. I guess it was the same event, but the next day or something like that, a week later, Leticia had on the same white suit that was similar to Meghan's when she wore that white suit to Invictus. Yes, she did. Go back and look it up. I said, oh, so she really hates Kate because she did not want to talk to Kate. Her eyes, her facial expression, and everything was like, I really don't like you.
So when was this? When was
this? Was remember what? When I think this was the Queen's Jubilee, and her and Kate. Her and Kate were on a balcony or something, and Camilla was there, and I think Camilla told them to be quiet or something like that.
Oh,
and Leticia, something like that, and the Kate was talking to Leticia, and she was just smiling and grinning and was mumbling, of course. And Leticia was looking at her like, "I don't like you, girl. Why are you talking to me?" And I don't even think Barron caught that, but I caught it. And it wasn't the first time.
Go back and look, yeah.
It wasn't the first time with a royal, with Kate. When royals look at her, they don't like her, but they like Meghan. Why? Meghan is a woman of color. All these other royals, 9 times out of 10, are women of color. So they see what's going on, and they know what's going to happen. So it was like some of these, and even at Charles's coronation, a lot of those people didn't want to be there.
I talked about that. Did it look to you like just everybody looked? I mean, the photos that I see, everybody kind of looked depressed. It wasn't a celebration at all. At least that's how I took it. What you saw too?
They were there because for politics. Right. They were there because of what they have to do because of their royal whatever the rules are. But a lot of those people don't like Camilla because she's and a lot of them don't like Kate. And they see them for who they are. And I'm telling you, the rest of these royal families are waiting for that British monarchy to fall. And because the British have always put themselves above all the rest of the monarchies, whether it's a small king and queen or a big kingdom, they've always put themselves above them. And now all these other kingdoms are going to watch the British fall and fall hard. That's all I want to say. I'll just talk to y'all later. But just to let y'all know, I'm telling you, Harry is very precise on the things that he's doing. And when one domino falls, the rest are gonna fall right behind. Y'all just pay attention. But once again, like I said, Andrew, you're a sick old man. Disgusting. Oh, wait, one more thing. I
Okay, go
sent
ahead, go
Darren a
ahead.
video, and it was a stadium in Scotland, and
Uh-huh.
they were singing a song. They were chanting a song saying, you could stick that coronation up your ass. And I
I
sent
saw
Darren the video
that.
on Twitter so he could post it on so we all could see it and hear it. I'm gonna try to send it to the rest of the Success Squad, but Barry said he haven't gotten it yet. I think because he has a lot of messages that's coming through. And he might think it's under my name, but it's under Gabrielle. The name is
Mm,
Gabrielle 3730. But anyway, yeah, I was screaming. It was during the
mm,
coronation, but everybody was in a stadium for a game. I think it was in Scotland, and it was saying
mm-hmm.
it in the accent. You could
Yeah, I
stick
think the
that
Celtics,
coronation
yeah.
up your ass. Google it. It probably pop up. But yeah, I just want y'all to know that. But it was hilarious.
Mm. Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate it so much for you dropping all your tea and your insights. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank
Okay.
you, thank you.
See you
But you're
guys
so
later.
right. You're so right. I
Yeah.
totally love your point about the domino effect, because I think the royal family, they are playing a 90s game in 2023
No,
that
no,
is
no, no.
not going to work.
They are
And
playing.
so,
They're playing a 1940s game
oh,
in
there you go.
2023 because they're doing the same thing they've been doing many years ago in the 30s and 40s. Where if I say something about you, oh, that's going to embarrass you, or if I say
Right,
something about you, that's going to humiliate you. We're in the year 2023. The things that you're saying about Meghan and Harry, the rest of us probably do on our own. So it's like, okay,
right,
and
yeah.
now what you have? Okay, what, they kill kids or something? They haven't killed a kid. Oh well, we really don't care. That game that they're playing with these old folks that they got running the kingdom, it doesn't work anymore. Embarrassment
Right,
doesn't work anymore. This is why the new generation is not paying attention to them, because this new generation can't be embarrassed for nothing. Look at what they
right,
do on a regular basis. So the
right.
thing that you're saying, oh, it's they're not popular. What is it with this family about popularity? They sound
I
like
don't know.
they
It's
sound
like
like fourth
they're
grade
addicted to popular.
schoolgirls. Oh, they're not popular.
They're like the
Oh,
mean girls. You're so
yeah,
right.
yeah. Oh, okay. They're not popular. Oh, nobody likes Megan. Okay, nobody likes her. Okay, so what? Oh, they're not
Right,
popular. Okay, they're not more famous. Okay, what does that have to do with you running the kingdom? You being
right.
popular. That's back in the 40s and the
Mm-hmm.
50s. Being popular. We're in the year 2023. Nobody gives a damn about that anymore. And this
Right.
is why they're losing. They're fighting a 2023 battle, but using 1940s ammunition.
Yep, that is absolutely correct.
But
Absolutely correct. Thank you,
But let you
Sean.
go. Y'all take care.
All right, my love. Bye. Oh my goodness. This is awesome, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for calling in. If anybody else want to call in, I have a few more minutes. I am going to let's put this back in the chat again. Let me put it in there. If anybody else would like to call in, oh my gosh, thank you guys for helping me work through my pad. Now I see so many more possibilities. Why is this not working? Go hang on, paste. All right, so it's back in. I just posted the link again in the chat. So if you'd like to call in and share your thoughts, your opinions, and all that's going on right now, whether it's the court case, whether it's the also white balcony, whether it's Piers Morgan and his mess, whether it's the coronation, the dastardly coronation, or whatever else you want, you'd like to share. Definitely call in. We'll be here for another few minutes. And Leslie is calling it again. All right, Leslie, hang on. Let's hear what Leslie has to say. Hang on. After stream. Hey, Leslie,
Hey,
long
can
time
you
no
hear
speak.
me? I know
Yes.
I got another bit of tea. I don't know if it's gonna hit the media, but this source I cannot reveal.
Oh,
But
okay. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna let you know the tea though.
Yeah,
So
please
the
do.
reason why, so apparently Jack made a statement, but it hasn't, not everybody has picked it up,
Hmm.
saying that the reason why at the coronation, Harry ended up walking by himself. It was in a sly. He said he was respecting royal protocol because he is the son of the king and fifth in line and higher in succession than Beatrice. And it was the proper thing for them to walk behind him. So that's one. Okay. And the other T is the reason why they were also chummy chummy. So apparently, and the source told me they've only seen one person reporting these, but this source told me apparently when Harry got there on Friday, before Beatrice and Eugene all then went to a dinner, they did stop by and see Harry, and them, Beatrice, Eugenie, the husbands, Lady Louisa, and also another item as well was sent over with Lady Louisa from Kate. They were gifts and presents for Archie and Lilibet.
Oh, really? Oh,
So
okay.
that might
But I
be
do
the
have a question for
reason.
the coronation, though, because I mean, maybe I have to go back because again, I didn't look as well as I should. I wasn't paying close attention. But for some reason, I thought Beatrice was walking ahead of him, and
Yeah, she
then
did.
he was
Yeah,
walking
because
in the center, and then or something like
yes,
that.
yes, the Beatrice. I mean, yeah. Wait, which one's pregnant? Eugenie's.
Eugenie. Okay, Eugenie, who was walking, one of them was walking ahead of him, and then he was in the center, and then the other one was walking in the back. Leslie, are you there? Uh-oh. Leslie, don't go away. Leslie? Oh, no. Yes, breaking news from Leslie F. Leslie, where are you, my dear? Oh, no. I think we may have lost Leslie there. Well, let's give it a second and hopefully Leslie comes back. Let's see. Anne says, no, it was Eugenie was ahead of Harry, and then Beatrice was behind Harry. Okay, so yeah, so I got it mixed up. I knew a couple was in front of her, and one of them was in the back. So Eugenie was in the front. Okay. So then maybe Leslie will come back and explain a little bit better that one, or a little bit more. So, but I appreciate. Here she is.
Happened.
Here we go. I don't know what
Okay.
happened. We lost you there for a minute.
Yeah, sorry. My phone timed out. My screen timed out.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, it was Eugenie ahead of Harry, and that's because if you look at some of the other like videos online from another angle, there's two steps that come into the church, and since she was pregnant, he told her go ahead.
Oh, really?
But Jack,
Okay.
so that's why they ended up in front of Harry, but Jack showing respect. He said he didn't do it to make Harry walk alone, or they, had any else. He was doing it out of respect because he is the son of the king and he's in higher succession and they should be walking behind him. So that, and then, so the other source, like I said, the reason why, part of the reason could be, this is allegedly, the reason why
yes. Okay.
William and Kate looked pissed was because he didn't know that Kate had sent birthday gifts for Archie and Lily because she sent them with Lady Louisa. And he found out that morning. And, they're supposed to be united. So he was pissed. Like, what are you doing? Sending gifts and stuff like that. What are you doing? You know what I mean? I could just see that argument. So that's allegedly. So that was the attitude with them. So that was the attitude with them. And I think
is that
Princess.
something that was reported, or was that from your
No,
source?
it hasn't come out yet.
Source. Okay.
That's my source. It hasn't come out yet. I only seen one person online touch on it that that Harry was going to go home with a handful of gifts and stuff for the kids. But if you notice, it was all the younger people. It was Eugenie, Beatrice, Lady Louisa, who's only 19. Okay, the older royals. It was.
Leslie, we're losing you. Are you there still? I think Leslie's phone is giving problems.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
you hear me?
now.
I said it's funny because it was only the younger people of the royal family that sent gifts, and it's funny that nobody is picking it up. You know what I mean? Because really, what's so bad about that? You would think it would. You know what I mean? On our side, we would think, wow, that was a really nice gesture. You know what I mean? That they still love their nieces and nephews, regardless what's out in the media. And actually, it would look favorable on the royal family. But they're so stuck up, as like Mr. Sean said, they're trying to play, 1940s rules and saying, no, we're not going to acknowledge it. We're going to put a front that we can't stand them. You know what I mean? And
Right,
we want
right.
distance from them. But
Like the
you know what I
article
mean?
today from the Daily Beast, they're saying that
Yes.
William and Charles want distance. Yeah.
They got distance because remember Harry said in his was it Corbell, the one of the 5 words was space.
Space.
He said it
Yes.
first. We want space.
Space.
So, but yeah, so that was a new tidbit. I don't know if it'll come out anywhere in the tabloids, but
Right.
yeah, so a little bit of hope for the younger ones in the monarchy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
thank you so
And
much for
sending
the tea,
love.
my dear.
You're welcome. And by the way,
Reporting
Sean,
live
love
from Leslie's
Sean's
house.
love Sean's preaching today, and I want to thank everybody. I felt all the love. I will try and get more updated and sources. I think it's going to be a very good connect that I have for information. And so as I get information, I'll send it. Let you know,
And
Petrol, and I'll send it out. And then also what a podcast! Congratulations, Petrol. What a Friday! Great,
oh
great,
my
great
God, no,
podcast
thank
today.
you guys. I mean, I
Great,
just
great
came on.
podcast today.
You did the big work, man. You dropped the
Well,
tea and preached.
ah, Lord. Well, much love to everybody and all my squaddies out there. It's such a family on these different channels. I did find another squaddie. Her name is Margaret Connect or Margaret Contact. I have the link. She does shorts and
Oh wow.
she does similar like me, but she come out with the Katie Porter white eraser and does
Oh
like a chart and
yeah, the
shows who's
whiteboard.
connected to who, and she takes each article and kind of like um uh Sharion does, but she does it in a
Uh-huh.
short that are like 2 to 5
Yeah.
minutes long, and she breaks that up. She has her own podcast,
Right.
but I haven't listened to that. But her shorts, and she picks apart the articles and she pulls out the words, and she does deep dives like I like to do. Like she'll be like, okay, but where's like she did one on the poll, and she actually found the poll and then
Huh?
found the time and pulled up a copy of the poll and went through the questions and was like, and this is how you source this information. This is how the Daily Mail interpreted, and then now you can see how it's not real, it's false, it's skewed, whatever.
Right.
But she's amazing. She does these shorts, and she like I said, she rips everything out. She's a squatty too. You can
Yeah.
totally tell. But yeah, I think her name is Margaret Connect or something. But I'll see, and then I'll post
Yeah.
it under
If
one of
you
your
could, yeah, if
under
you
this
could
and in
also,
the
if you could
comments.
drop it in the regular comments, that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will.
Thank you
All
so
right, y'all.
much.
Have a wonderful weekend and
You
happy
too, my
Mother's
love.
Day to all
Thank
the
you for
moms
all
in
the
the
tea.
chat. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms in the chat this Sunday.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You're
I forgot about
welcome.
that. I gotta call my mama. Okay.
It's on Sunday, so I'll say you got 2 days. You got 2 days. All
Yes.
right, bye, all.
Okay, my love. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yep.
Wow. Thank you all so much for all the tea, man. Sean and Leslie, Karen. Oh my goodness. MZ. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. Let's see a couple more before we end. Let's see. Basani says pedal strict protocol dictates that Harry walk behind the others, and then ordinarily it would be the Cambridges, then Charles and Camilla. Okay. Oh, so strict protocol is that he walks behind I guess William and Kate and then the others. I think that's what you're saying. So, but it didn't seem to follow strict protocol with the York girls, because again, he's ahead of them and he walked in the center of them. So, yeah. And again, they're friends, and so maybe they're just like, let's see. Couple more before we end. Oh my gosh, we've been hanging for 2 hours. That is awesome. That I felt so bad yesterday because I had to run back to work. But this is awesome. Not yesterday, what am I saying? Wednesday. The days are going by so fast. I thought it was yesterday. Let's see. Khadijah says, I believe the media wants us to believe Harry has no royal family members speaking to him. Yeah, that's true. And also, some people have been tweeting like, "Oh no, everybody ignored Harry." I'm like, no, they didn't. There are photos of Harry, and Princess Anne, he's always had a good relationship with. It seems, he was smiling with her. She seemed to have stopped by where his row is. There's also a picture here with him, talking to. I think it's Prince Michael of. I guess it's Prince Michael. I never remember which one of them, and his wife. And so he was, and she was laughing with him, and so they were talking there. And obviously, he was sitting and talking to Jack, Eugenie's husband, and Eugenie and Beatrice and their husbands. So, at least they, and again, it's not the first time we've seen him speak to Prince. I think it's Michael is who he is, the older man. We saw him talking to him at the Jubilee, him and Meghan talking to him at Jubilee, and obviously the York girls. And he, again, with Princess Anne, I mean, she was also the one who greeted him when the Queen passed, and he went to, obviously, to Balmoral, and she was there to greet him and stuff like that. So they seem to have a really good relationship, and that never seemed to have changed. Nothing has seemed to change that. So yeah, so that's good to hear. Let's see. Leslie reporting in the court event was impeccable. You rightly said this podcast is I know, man. You guys calling in was amazing. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let's see a couple more before we say goodbye. Terry says, I'm very suspicious of Kate sending gifts to Archie. For me, everything those people on that island do is suspicious. I trust no one. That's probably me and my very much ooh, yeah, no. That's why I'm like, Harry, don't even drink water. Don't drink water. I trust none of them. So Ma Jones says, I love the podcast today, Bella. It's awesome that Squatty's coming on and give us information. Love. I know. So please, more people do that. Please come on and give us some more information. So we'll have another call in tomorrow. In between my work, I will do another call in podcast. So definitely call in tomorrow. And happy Mother's Day. I'm like, oh, maybe that's why my mom was calling me for 2 days. I do need to call her back. She's probably reminding me it's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mama. I'm about to call you. So to all our wonderful moms in the chat who are listening to us, if you're in the chat or not, happy Mother's Day. Whether you're a mom or, you have kids, or if you have people that you parent, and even if they're not your kids, or your grandmother, or even you're a teacher. And for me, I know when I teach, I do feel like I'm a parent, and I do feel like I'm parenting, like mothering them. So even for anyone who, I guess you basically watch over, and if you're in those positions, thank you. Where will we be without you? So happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my mom. I will again be calling you in a minute. But anyway, I love you guys, and I will chat with you tomorrow. Thank you to all of our wonderful squatties who called in. You made it amazing. Thank you so much to our wonderful moderators. Lydia, wait, I didn't see Church Nelly today, so hopefully she's okay. But thank you, Church Nelly, for all the times that you are here moderating. Cookies and Cream, Karen M, thank you so much. Thank you to our wonderful 2 Cents crew who support the channel on a monthly basis. Financially, I'm telling you, couldn't do this without you. Thank you. Thank you so much to all of our wonderful Gold Star supporters, as you can see, supporting in the chat with super stickers, super thanks, just straight up donation. On those of you who do it via PayPal or Cash App, or also purchase merchandise, thank you. And thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I love you all. Let me take this off. I cannot find this, so I can take it off. But Teresa, thank you so much for your Mother's Day. My mom, I'm sure, is thanking you. So, but anyways, thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I will see you. I will chat with you tomorrow. All right, bye.